Hello everyone. Hope you're all doing fine today. To send a letter is a good way to go somewhere without moving anything but your heart. This is said by Phyllis Theroux. You know why I'm telling you this? Because we are going to see some letter writing in this session. Let's see what it is. Why letter writing matters. A letter is an important means of communication in both the workplace as well as our personal lives. There are two types of letters, formal letters and informal letters. So what is a letter? Letter is a means of communication. We communicate with someone else through letter. It is very important in our personal life as well as our business life. And how many types of letters are there? Just two, formal and informal. So what is formal letter writing? All official business letters are formal letters. For example, a letter to your principal, your class teacher, or to the editor, or to the commissioner of police, or something like that. They are all formal letters, any type of business letters. And what are informal letters? Informal letters are written to our family, our friends, or someone very close to us. Formal letter writing. Formal letters follow a certain pattern and formality. They are strictly kept professional in nature and directly address the issues concerned. Any type of business letter or letter to authorities falls within this category. So formal letters, the official letters that we write to someone. It could be a government officer or the school principal or our class teacher or anyone, any authority or any official. And formal letters have certain pattern to be followed and certain formalities to be complied with. And they are very strictly professional. There is no place for anything personal in the formal letters. So any kind of business letter or letter to authorities mean they are formal letters. Informal letter writing. Informal letters are personal letters. They need not follow any set pattern or adhere to any formalities. They contain personal information or are a written conversation. Informal letters are generally written to friends, acquaintances, relatives, etc. So what is an informal letter? Informal letter is a personal letter and you don't have to follow any set pattern or any formalities. And they contain only personal information or it is like a conversation in a written form. So informal letters, we write them to our friends, our parents, or our relatives like uncle, aunt, or some neighbors, okay, so some acquaintances, someone we know, okay. Format of a formal letter. First comes the sender's address with no punctuation marks. So you are the sender and your address should be there without any punctuations. Then comes the date. Date is placed on the left hand side and should include month, date and year. It is written below the sender's address after leaving one line space. Then name and designation of the addressee. Addressee is nothing but the receiver of the letter. You either write their name or their designation. What is the name? Name is like Mr. Robert, Mr. Suresh, Miss Anita, something like that. If you want to write the designation, designation is the position they hold, like the principal, the class teacher, the editor, the commissioner, something like that. Then comes the address of the addressee. This is the address of the receiver that you have to write. Then comes salutation. Salutation is nothing but dear sir or dear madam. Here, always the D begins with a capital letter and the sir or madam, the S or M begins with a capital letter, and at the end of the sir or madam, always affix a comma. Then comes the subject of the letter. Subject of the letter is a very short form of the entire content of the letter. It should be given within one line. Then the body of the letter. This has three parts. First the introduction, then the content, then the conclusion. When you say introduction, you introduce yourself and the issue that you want to take through. Then comes the content. Here you elaborate the issue that you want to address. And then comes the conclusion of the letter. You are closing the letter here. Next comes complimentary close. This is nothing but a yours faithfully or yours sincerely. And when you write the complimentary close, the yours, The Y should always be in capital, and there is no apostrophe in between R and S. Remember this always. And when you write faithfully or sincerely or obediently, it should be accompanied by a comma always. Then the signature or name of the sender, that is your name or your signature. And at last comes the designation of the sender if available. So you are the sender. Maybe if you have a designation, if you have some responsibility, that you should write. For example, if you are a school pupil leader, you can write your designation as school pupil leader or the librarian or something like that. Punctuations in a formal letter. Dear sir or madam, when you write that, it should always be followed by a comma, and then the D in dear, S in sir or M in madam should always be in capital letters. Then comes the subject, add a colon after the word subject. Then comes thanking you. Here always capitalize the T in the thanking and always add comma after the U. Then comes yours faithfully or yours obediently. Here the Y should always be in capital letters. There is no apostrophe in between R and S in the yours, and after faithfully or sincerely or obediently always add a comma. Then comes a full stop at the end of each sentence. Don't forget this. Tense forms in letter writing. When we write a letter, we always use certain tense. What are they? They are just present simple, past simple and present perfect. Parts of speech in letter writing. We are going to see what are the parts of speech that appear in a letter. Noun. Noun appears in the sender's address, date, receiver's name and address, body of the letter, salutation. Then comes the verb. Verb comes in the body of the letter and the subject of the letter. We are going to see the further parts of speech that appear in letter writing. Adverb. Adverb appears in the complementary closing, like sincerely, faithfully, obediently, they are all adverbs. And comes the adjective. Adjectives are seen in the body and subject of the letter. For example, good, bad, clean, waste, these are the kind of words that we use in the subject or body of the letter. Then comes the salutation. Here, dear or respected, those are adjectives. Then comes the preposition. Preposition appears in the subject and body of the letter. Examples of preposition are for, of, in, at, on, under, over. Furthermore, parts of speech in letter writing. Pronoun. In the body of the letter, we use I, we, you, them. They are the pronouns. In the complementary closing, we use yours, which is a possessive pronoun. Then comes demonstrators. We use this, that, these, and those. And conjunction. Body of the letter, we use and, but, or. We don't use and, but, or on numerals to begin a sentence. And the subject and the body of the letter, we use for, of, in, at, on, under, over, some of the conjunctions. In certain cases, we can use moreover, therefore, and furthermore in place of and, but, and, or. Interjection. We don't use interjections in formal letter writing. We don't use okay, contractions, abbreviations, or dialogues in formal letter writing. Today we are going to see a formal letter, which is a complaint letter. Let's look at the question. Write a letter to Messrs. VP Appliances, C24, Devipuri, Mumbai, complaining that the geyser supplied by them has stopped working in less than a week. Sign yourself as Gaurav of 52, Tilak Marg, Mumbai. So, you have got a geyser from a company named VP Appliances. And the address of the company is C24, Devipuri, Mumbai. Now the geyser is not working within a week of your purchase. Okay? And your name is going to be Gaurav and your address is going to be 52 Tilak Marg, Mumbai. Now you have to write a complaint letter to the company. Let's see how to proceed. First comes the address of the sender. So 52 Tilak Marg, Mumbai. That's the address of the sender. Then comes the date. The date should include month, day and year. So June 30, 2020. Then comes the address of the receiver. So the manager, Messrs VP Appliances, C24, Devipuri, Mumbai. So this is the receiver's designation and address. And don't use any punctuations anywhere here. Next comes the salutation. Here it's a complaint letter, so you are not using any dear or respected or anything. So straight away you are going to say sir and always use a comma after sir. Then comes the subject. What is the subject? Subject is the complaint about geyser. As I told you already, you should give it in a very short form. Okay, so you are going to complain about the geyser. That is why you are writing it as complaint about geyser in the subject. And then comes the body of the letter, and you are introducing yourself first. I purchased an Escon geyser from your company. Write cash memo number 310 dated 23rd June 2020 with a warranty of 1 year. So now you have introduced yourself and what the issue is. Now we are going to detail it. I regret to inform you that it stopped working after 4 days. It does not heat water. The green light signal shows that it is on, but it does not give hot water. So now you have elaborated the problem. You are telling them that you feel sorry to tell them that the geyser that you had purchased from them stopped working within 4 days of purchase and it is not heating water anymore. The green light is on, but it does not heat water. Okay. Now what is the solution that you expect from them? So you are asking them, please send your mechanic to rectify the fault or replace the geyser with a new one. So you are expecting them to send a mechanic and rectify the problem, or you are asking them to replace the geyser that you have bought with a new one. Then comes the complimentary close, that is yours sincerely, and here your name is Gowda, so you have given your name there, and the enclosures. So what is it that you are affixing along with the letter? You are enclosing the copy of the cash memo through which you had bought the geyser for reference. Here we are at the end of the session. Catch you soon in a fresh one.